Thank you for joining me today on Good News with Twanda Black, where we're discovering some of the most inspiring trials to triumph stories and empowerment moments. Call up a friend and let them know it's time for some good news. Welcome to Good News with Twanda Black. I'm Twanda Black, your host, and I want you to sit back, relax, enjoy this good news participant, Miss Timolin Atkins.
Hello.
How are you?
I am great.
Ladies and gentlemen, Timolin Atkins, CEO of Tag Entertainment Group and an official sponsor of the Prayze Factor, season 14 of the Prayze Factor Awards. And we are just so delighted to have you on today. How are you?
I am great. I am feeling great. And I am excited to be here as your guest tonight.
Absolutely. Now, tell us a little bit about what you do at Tag Entertainment Group.
Okay, I'll be more than happy to do that. I am, as you stated, the CEO and owner of Tag Entertainment Group. I am responsible and passionate about helping those in all areas of the entertainment industry, in the areas of management, branding, marketing, promoting those PR services, and consulting them on their journey.
That is great. You know, when the record companies stopped doing all the A&R stuff, our artists were struggling for a while. So it's good to have people out there that do what you do. And I know that I love the PR part of it. That was my major in college. And so it's a fun sort of business, but I'm sure that it has its challenges. So talk about, if you're managing, especially if you're managing someone, what is the most challenging thing about that?
I think if I could come up with just one thing to say in regards to the management side of assisting someone in the entertainment industry with their career, a lot of times they come, an artist or a client may come in and they've never been with a team. So the experience that they have is something that they haven't had. So kind of like letting go of the reins and allowing you to come in and be in your role. They're not used to, because they're used to doing things on their own. So I could say in that area, it's a little bit of a challenge, just allowing them, or not allowing them, but teaching them and guiding them and letting them know that it's okay, that, you have a team now, you have me, and I can handle those things that you've been trying to handle on your own.
That's right. I imagine, and it is, especially for artists that have been out there a long time, very difficult. Well, I used to do it this way, and I did it this, and that kind of thing. So it can be a little bit challenging. What do you think makes you good at your job, good at especially managing? You talk about managing artists. What makes you good at that?
I would say the fact that I put their needs first. I know my role, and my role is to make sure that I am there to support them, to guide them, to do what I need to do in my role to take care of them. So it's basically just having that passion to take care of their needs, and to make sure that out here in the industry that no one's taking advantage of them, and that they don't have to worry about those things that they used to, and that I fight the battle for them. And it's just the fact that I get to have their back. And so I love demonstrating that. I love supporting that. I love teaching as well. So it's not just me guiding their career, but I'm also teaching as we go. I just really want the artists, and especially indie artists and clients, it can be creatives as well, I just want them to always have the knowledge that they need, whether they're with me or not. I just want them to know the industry and and know some of it pretty well for themselves. I just
That's
want them to be
right.
kind of self-sufficient, even though they have a team.
Yeah, I think that for a lot of artists, it's been the performing piece and not the business piece. And so
Right.
they've been taken advantage of. A lot of different things have happened to them. And it's very difficult to trust somebody else, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I have a lot of stories where they've had bad situations in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and my main thing is letting them know that I understand those things have happened. You can't let that define or orchestrate how you maneuver your career.
Right.
We actually stand on God's promises, and we go to Him in prayer and ask for Him to put the right people in front of us. And so if they don't let their guards down, meaning that they can still be smart, but let their guards down to connecting with the right person that's supposed to be there with them along the journey. So I understand where they come from. But when they come to me, it's like, okay, we're going to leave that in the past, and I'm going to show you that I'm different from that.
Right.
And that's how I, tend to build the
Yeah.
trust and to be
Hmm.
there for them.
It's like being in a bad relationship and you go to the next person, you be like, but I'm not him. Why did you do that?
Right,
I'm not her, you know?
right. You have to do that sometimes, but
Absolutely.
if this is your passion, like it is for me, um, I don't take it as a challenge or something that I don't want to do. I don't want to deal with. I know it comes with the territory.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just from some of my friends in the industry in my 30 years, I've heard some horror stories. Oh my goodness. So,
Right.
lots of prayer, lots of grace for what you do,
Exactly.
and the work that you do for the independent artist. What did 10-year-old Timolin think she would be when she grew up?
Wow. So 10-year-old Timolin thought that she would be, and she had no clue what it was, but she thought she was going to be a corporate attorney. Um, I was brought up and kind of groomed and heard that title put on me
Wow.
as I was growing up. I really didn't understand uh, what entailed being a corporate attorney. I just knew it was like law, you
Hmm.
know. But that is exactly what I really thought, that this is my path. I've heard it, and I heard it all throughout until I got to college. But that was my path. You are going to be a corporate attorney, and that my grandmother instilled that in me, just to
Wow.
let
So
you
what
know.
changed for you? How did you get to this industry and this business?
Well, you have a path that is you have actually you have a vision, and you have places that you feel like you want to go in life. I can say that when it came time for me to go to college, some decisions were made for me on my
Mm.
behalf
Hmm.
that I didn't necessarily have control of, and I had it in my mind that eventually that would be the path that I would go. But along the way, I did some other things. I went to college for finance and economics,
Wow.
and finance and economics in the business department. And I figured, hey, when I leave here, I can, go to law school. I'll have that business side, corporate attorney, that
Mhm.
all, entails, the same. And so I figured that that's what I would do. As life has it, I had a beautiful daughter, and that took me to a different path, and that was to just go ahead and go into corporate America. And I just immersed myself as a young adult, a single mother,
Mhm.
with
Mhm.
my daughter, to just move through corporate America and just do the best that I could do. But in the back of my mind, and what I had a passion for, it was really just working for myself. So I did a lot of little things while working in corporate America throughout the years. But I grew up around music, a lot of music, and a lot of different music. And I came to just love and respect really good music.
That's good.
And so I just had an opportunity to get started working with a family member of mine that had started a gospel career, and I got to support the group that family member was a part of. And so I didn't know that this was exactly what I would be doing, but I really liked going around and supporting them. That's where I first heard the indie artist word. And so I was thinking about all that they did in order to travel around and spread the word through song, and how hard they really worked at it. And I just felt like, wow, they're really giving a lot of their time and themselves, because this is not a full-time thing for them. And so I just started to have compassion for them, and was like, maybe one day I can help, maybe one day I can help. And so I just maneuvered on and kept on. And when it was a chance for me, opportunity to leave corporate America, I had some other things in the fire that I was wanting to do. But then God led me in another direction to not pursue that part that I was doing full time as an entrepreneur, but to come on over to the side that I wanted to. And that was to be a part of the entertainment industry, help those, let my light shine. It didn't matter what part of entertainment I was in. God gave me the word that I would just let my light shine, and people would know that I was for Him through how I treated them and how I maneuvered, and how I just, like I said, let my light shine, and I could enjoy, because He knew that I love being a part of that part of being the entertainment industry. And so therefore, I worked on the other side, outside of the gospel industry, worked with some celebrities and actors and things like that. But I still kept coming around to, I want to help those who are just getting started, or those who need help on this journey. And here we are today. I have Tag Entertainment Group because of that. Do you
think about how many indie artists are so fabulous? They've worked at their craft. They're so good, and they just need that extra push. They need that extra something to get where they need to be.
Yes, that's exactly it. They need that extra support. They are really, really talented. They just need someone to truly believe in them and guide them.
That's right.
And that's my passion, to be that support and to guide them for however long the journey is supposed to last between us.
Because it definitely won't be forever, that's for sure.
Right.
They
right.
come and go.
Exactly. You want the next one to step in, and after you get them where they need to go. Exactly. That's exactly how I feel.
So talk about last year. How did COVID, after everything just, we saw in March, I had a whole year of books.
Right.
And in March, it changed in the blink of an eye. How did you get through last year? How did this affect you?
Well, it affected me in many different ways, because I'm here in Tennessee and my family's back in Texas. So being away from my family, trying to, I actually felt a little helpless with my parents being there, and being on lockdown, not being around them. I was so used to going to Texas and spending as much time as I wanted to with them, since I, left corporate America. So I was so used to that. There were a lot of things I was used to doing, just hopping a plane and going to be with my loved ones. And, that right there in itself can have you in a place or a space where it's not so good at times.
Right.
But although I was in those spaces at times, I still had to keep myself leveled. I still had to depend on God to help me stay on track and stay focused with the things that I knew that I couldn't let slack, which was my businesses. I couldn't let those slack. And so I had to lean and depend on God. I really did. It was really a lot of self-discovery to see that without that physical thing, or, having more access than what I did, that I could still do as I had been doing. and a lot of it was just, of course, remotely. But still be there to encourage who I had on my team and was supporting, and then think outside the box and come up with some
Definitely.
ways of right of
Yes.
how to do this and how
Hmm.
is this going to look after COVID is over.
And we
So
still don't know because we're still going through it, you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
So we still don't know, but it allowed me to do a lot of researching, a lot of looking at other companies and other creatives that are in my position,
Hmm.
seeing what they were doing, talking to some. So it gave me an opportunity to even reach out to those that I didn't even think that I would ever, reach out to or wasn't even thinking of.
Hmm.
So it allowed me to become in partnership with some, to sit and we do some think tank kind of things where we put things together, throw them out there and see, if they're going to work and so forth. So I can say that it just allowed me to open up my mind even more and to think of ways that I could continue to let the audiences that I support out here and my artists and client support still stay connected to us.
Yeah.
It had me like that. Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. I think that, of course, last year had its challenges, but it also had some very great benefits for
Yeah.
those who would look at it in a different way, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
It did.
So let me see. I'm trying to remember how long ago I met you. Many years, I think.
Mhm. A
But
few years.
talk about Praise Factor. We're so happy that you're a sponsor this year for season 14. Talk about what you've been doing and your role in Praise Factor.
Well, in my role with Praise Factor, for one, let me just say this: I'm super excited to be a part of Praise Factor season 14. I It's been a few years. When I first got acquainted with Praise Factor Awards, I didn't have a clue, right? I didn't have a clue. But when I became aware of Praise Factor Awards, I started watching. I started watching, what is this platform about? What is this award show about? And who's over this? Who is this person that is, has this award show that I've heard some, speak of
Hmm.
and be a part of. And so I watched, and then a couple of years ago, I had opportunity to actually be a part and experience what was going on within Praise Factor Awards. So to be here right today and be able to talk to you in the role of a sponsor is like great for me. It's
Yeah.
great. When I see something, someone or entity that is doing something for others, especially in the role that I'm in,
Hmm.
and helping them with their careers and giving them acknowledgement and so forth, that is something that I'm very attracted to, and I become very passionate about it. So, as a sponsor, me deciding to be a sponsor, and I know you didn't ask this, but me deciding to be a sponsor was, it really came into play when I research and I look at different entities and platforms that I can support, and I'm very I don't rush to it. I don't
You're
rush to
particular.
yeah,
You're particular.
exactly. They have to really align with
Hmm.
what I believe in and what I'm passionate about. And if I get the opportunity to really watch and see consistency, that draws me closer to wanting to be a part of the organization of, in this case, the award show and everything that is going on within Praise Factor. So I can truly say that just getting the word out that the award show is one that is on a global platform, and she's not just assisting and helping those and honoring and recognizing here in the States, but it's also over the water, which is
Global.
great.
Yeah.
I think it's great that we can, touch one another learn about our different cultures and music, which I love.
Yes.
That it's not just here's like not one dimensional. There's a lot of different genres and so forth within having that global reach and connection. So that made me super excited that it was global, and the fact that I get to see some of my artists be a part of the platform is also great.
Mhm.
And just the fact that I can spread the word that Praise Factor Awards is an award show and a platform that I'm proud to be a sponsor of and be connected with. I truly am. And I'm just looking forward to, this season and just all the great things that I know down the line in the future. Because it's never always about what I see right now, but it's
Right.
can I see the future of it?
Hmm.
And that's how I really become involved. If I
Yeah.
can really see the future and the growth of it and how it can affect so many. So, man, I'm just super excited that I had the opportunity to do this year. I'm just super excited about it.
So tell everybody, and thank you for that, because Praise Factor is the real deal. And
Yes,
what it looks like is exactly what it is.
yes,
We believe in God. We follow those precepts. We don't treat nobody bad. We don't talk about
exactly.
nobody. You know what I'm saying? We
Yes,
just getting the
exactly.
work done. We're in the vineyards getting the work done.
Yes.
Um, but talk about the services that you provide at Tag Entertainment Group, so everybody will know the breadth of what you do.
So there's management in the role of managing the career of the creative or the artist. There is branding, helping you put that stamp on who you are, presenting yourself out here to the masses. There is marketing, making sure that all of you is out here and everyone, and that goes hand in hand with promoting.
Hmm.
So I do that as well. You can put me borderline as if there's publicists. It all falls in the same category to me. A lot of times it's hard to even separate it. You put a little piece of that, all of that into what you do. Consulting, I love to consult creatives and artists and give them direction, even if they're not a part of my team or roster. Let's see what else.
You even
I
dabble in crisis management. A lot of people actually need
Yes,
that, especially in this era of digital communication. And once it gets out there, it's not like being on the phone. Now you've got
exactly.
it, and people can see everything you're saying and
Yes,
doing, and
yes.
it's just a whole different world now.
Yeah, there's a piece of it where being in my role, we do have to stay on top of what our artists
That's
and
right.
creators are doing,
Hmm.
making sure that we're watching their pages and what they're in social media and outside of that. So yeah, I mean, it is like you say, a crisis role. It puts you in that role where sometimes you may not be, they may not be comfortable, but you're comfortable with
Right,
being,
right.
and that's and that's making sure that they stay on point, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
um, yeah, there's some roles that we have to play, and I don't mind doing them. I don't mind doing them. They might say I do it too well, but yeah, it's my role. I take it serious, though. I really
Yeah.
do. I take everything that I do very serious, and you know, anything that the artist is needing, I'm open to assisting them on their journey, because once they come along my path, and I know that that's what I ask God to send. Just send the people to me. Just send them
Hmm.
to me. And if we're meant to connect, and I'm meant to do something in their life, whether big or small, in their career, I'm ready for it. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
yeah.
You also host a few things too, right?
Yeah, I do. Look,
The PR
this
diva.
journey started. Look, this journey started, and I got on some avenues that I never thought that I would be a part of. But one thing about me is, I tend to not want to really back down if it's still along the same
Hmm.
avenue,
Hmm.
that I'm in already. And then there's some that I'll step outside and be a part of as well. But I do have a independent connection, a segment that is syndicated. And what I do is I feature and I highlight independent artists around the globe. So basically, the artist doesn't even know that I'm going to feature them.
Oh, wow, that's great.
I basically just watch. I get the pleasure of watching so many gifted and talented artists out here.
Mhm.
I get the opportunity of listening to their amazing music, and then seeing what else are they out here doing in the community.
Right.
What are they doing to kingdom build? What goes along with just that great music and voice? Like, what else is it about them that is out here being a service to the community, as well as what they do with their gift, which is building the kingdom.
Right.
And so I get that opportunity to watch them, choose someone that I want to feature them, give them that exposure that they may not, be able to have on their own, and social media exposure as well. So and most of them, I pretty much build a relationship with too, and I continue to support along their way. It's not just you're featured and then I just forget about you. I tend to continue to support, and then I highlight artist groups and choirs, and that means I give the audience their name. And if they might be writing them down. Who is she highlighting? And then go and research them and find their music, although they may not be my featured artist that week. So I love to do that. And I've been doing that for probably about over 2 years now or so.
That's
and
wonderful.
So I really love the independent connection. Also, I try my hand at hosting the TV show, a video show, which is Video Mania on Demand. And the thing about the Video Mania on Demand is me being in the role where I am the creator of the show. So, it's a little bit different when I'm with the independent connection. I have somebody edit. I just say, it's a lot more goes into
a little bit more work.
That verbiage, picking out the, the videos, making sure the, yes. But I can truly say that with an artist having a video and it letting the world actually see
That's right.
Their interpretation of that song is something that's really major, is powerful.
It's beautiful.
I love the fact that, artists take the song and put it into a video. We really get to see the behind and their feelings behind what they're doing. So I love the interpretation side of that.
Tell them the story. Tell them the story.
Yes,
I love it.
exactly.
Yes,
I love the story. I love to see is it going to be close to what they're singing about? So it does make
real strange.
Yeah, it's off the, and look, there are some that are definitely off the wall.
Exactly.
That don't. It's in their mind. It's in their creative mind that is what is matching. And we, who are we to say that that's not what they see? But yeah, it's very interesting. It's a interesting area to be. Is in that visual side. Very much.
Tell folks where they can find you. Are you taking on new clients? How they can reach out? How they can learn more about Timolin?
Okay. Well, we're always open to seeing what areas we can assist an artist or creative in. So I don't naturally say, oh, no, I'm not taking new clients, or yes, I am. It really just depends. And because if it is really God-driven, I'm going to make the room, and then there's times where I just need to support you when I can support you and when you need it. Right. And so that doesn't break the, connection, but it allows me to be free to support them when I can and when they really, truly need me. And so I can be contacted, reached on all social media platforms. Facebook, actually, Tag Entertainment Group. Instagram is Tag Entertainment Group. Twitter is Tag ENT Group. And you can go to tagentertainmentgroup.com. And so, I can be reached. My phone number is there. I'm very open. I'm very open to talking to artists. So you may not know me, but but I am open to really to to talking to artists and creatives and just giving some guidance and seeing where I can help them.
Amen. Amen to all of that. So needed and necessary in this environment of the
Yes,
independent artist. It really,
yes.
really is. Timolin Atkins, thank you so much for joining us. We
Thank you
appreciate
so
your
much.
spirit and the joy in which you do your work and the excellence in which you do your work. And we thank you for being a sponsor for season 14 of the Prayze Factor Awards. God bless you.
Thank you. It's my honor. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for joining me for Good News. And if you'd like to be a guest, you can contact me at twandeblack@thepgnetwork.org or goodnews@thepgnetwork.org. Hey, we'll see you next time for some good news. God bless you. Thank you for joining me today on Good News with Twanda Black, where we're discovering some of the most inspiring trials to triumph stories and empowerment moments. Call up a friend and let them know it's time for some good news. Welcome to Good News. I'm Twanda Black, your host. And not only is this good news, but it is a special edition. It's a Prayze Factor Season 14 special edition. And I'm talking to artists and performers and presenters and folks who are involved with our 4-day event. So listen up, because this is a good one. Welcome to Lyric. How are you?
Hello, I am well. How are you?
I am great. I'm great. This is a hip hop sensation. What I like most about you is that you work with children. You are a teacher and coach. And I mean, how do you have time to do all of this? But wait a minute, don't answer that yet. Let's talk about when you started in the genre of hip hop.
Okay, so when I started in the genre, just like you said, is because I'm an educator. And so I started using raps to help my students retain the information that I was giving them. And I developed the skill, and I believe in stirring up the gifts. I do so many things. And so once I discovered that God had gifted me in the area, I just went forth, and he's been opening doors and blessing me ever since.
So this was not like you started as a kid, you started with your homies, none of that. You started in the classroom.
I started in the classroom. People actually, when I have interviews, they're blown away because I tell them I really don't even like hip hop music. I'm not a rap fan. That's not a genre of music that I really listen to. And so it was just a way that God gave me to be able to administer His word to a younger generation.
Wow. So when it came to you, you had to be like, okay, Lord, what are you doing? What is this?
Yes. Like I said, I was teaching them, but even though I did speak at a lot of youth events. I've born and raised in the church, and so I was a speaker, and I was invited to speak. And because I knew a lot of my students would be there, I just wrote a rap, and it took off. I mean, I was going to churches, and people were requesting the song, so I was like, okay, Lord.
Yeah. I mean, you're an award-winning holy hip hop artist, which is amazing considering you just kind of started a few years back. That is amazing. So when the awards start coming and when you begin to develop your stage presence and all of that, how did you do that from somebody who didn't come from that area?
All the glory belongs to God. I believe when He has something for you, He just has it for you. And so I did work on my craft, and God opened so many doors where I was able to minister so often that it developed. But I just give God all the glory. He had it in me. He brought it out of me. I'm not going to take credit for it.
I tell you, boy, when he can surprise you with some gifts, boy. I tell you.
That's right. That's right. I
So I
never
want to
would
go back.
imagine myself being a rapper.
I know. I love it when you include your mama and your auntie. I mean, where
Yes.
does that come from?
Well, my mom and my aunt, they have been singing. They're actually a group called Eternity Gospel Singers, and
Hmm.
they have opened up for all kind of people. Ty Tribbett, Dorothy Norwood, all kind of people they've traveled and
Wow.
opened up for. And so
Hmm.
it's in the blood, anyways. My first cousin Patricia Jacobs, she's the singer on "I Told the Storm" by Grego Quinn, and that was at the top of the charts for a long time.
Hmm.
So it runs in my blood. I just didn't get the gift of singing vocally. And so God blessed me to be able to use my words and to have a flow.
That's amazing. Amazing. So talk about being a teacher now. You coach in 3 sports. You teach. You got your career trying to, go as well as going. How are you managing to do all of that?
It's been it's been challenging. I will say that, just because it's all hitting me at once. My
Yeah.
music career started taking off, ministry, and so I left the teaching scene, and then due to the pandemic and everything that was happening, it was just best for me to go back into teaching. And
Hmm.
so I'm going to give a lot of credit to Pastor T. She is amazing, and I know that God placed her in my life at this time to help me steward this thing. And the advice that she gives and how she encourages me, it really keeps me going, because there are some times where I'm like, I just can't do it. I can't. It's too
Right.
much on me.
Right.
But I'm learning that balance. I know it's important to have that balance, and she's been able to direct me and help me to prioritize some things and navigate through this thing together.
So talk about this season, season 14. You've been with Praise Factor only a few years. I remember you did one of the songs, let me see, 2 years ago, here in
Yes.
Atlanta. And I said,
Yes.
"Oh my God, where did she come from? She can open for anybody. You brought the energy.
Oh, God bless you.
You brought the hype. It was so good. I was backstage going, where did she come from? Oh
Thank
my goodness.
you. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. So you've been with us for some years. You've won some awards, and this year you are a finalist as well. So talk about that. What categories are you finalists in?
Listen, I am so excited. When I tell you it's all God, it's all God. I was ecstatic when I was nominated 2 years ago for Holy Hip Hop Artist of the Year and with a feature. And I was like, oh wow, in Atlanta, because Atlanta, that's Music City to Texas
Mhm,
people.
mhm.
And so I was like, wow. And so this year, God has blessed me to be a finalist in 6 categories. And so
Whoa.
I'm just overwhelmed. Over 6.
Wow. 6.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Name them. Wait a minute. I named them.
Okay, Artist of the Year. We have Artist of the Year. We have
Mhm.
Holy Hip Hop Artist of the Year, Holy Hip Hop Artist with a feature,
Uh-huh.
MC of the Year,
Wow.
Industry Choice Artist of the Year, and Holiday Christmas Song of the Year.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
amazing.
I know.
I'm not even thinking of some of those categories. I'm sure when they came up, you were like, oh, I never would have thought that, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That is amazing, amazing, amazing. And the song with the feature, of course, is God is Good. That's my jam. When I'm feeling some kind of way, I put that on and just cut up a
Make
little
you
bit
bob a
with you.
little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. That's my song with Sierra Moore.
Yes.
Phenomenal song. Now, we have to say that you have an album release next month,
Next month,
and
September
we're all going to be
4th.
in the house. We are so excited to come to Texas
I'm
to
so
to support
excited.
you.
Yes.
And talk about your new release.
I am so excited. I haven't released an album since 2018. And like I said, I moved out to California. The pandemic has hit. All kind of things have been going on. And so this song, God is just, been blessing me and ministering to me. You know, I'm one of those people, I feel like the things that God gives you, it ministers to you before it can minister to anybody else.
Mhm.
And so just him being there with me, growing me, stretching me, being with me in the valley, all these things, you know, and it just started pouring out of me. And so I started writing and writing, and it just came, I felt like it was flowing from my heart. It was real. It's experience, it's testimony, it's triumph, me overcoming. And so, you know, that song says flowing from my heart is gratefulness, you know, and so that's what it's all about. And so that's what this album is about. I hope that it inspires people, and when they hear it, they'll know that I was truly coming from my heart with it.
How many songs on the project?
10.
10.
Yes, ma'am.
Talk about some of your favorites.
Some of my favorites. One of my favorites is called Watch God Work. Mm-hmm. And that is featuring my mother, Dale Jordan. Oh. And so I'm really excited about that. It was so much fun doing that song with her. I've done other songs with her in the past, but this one, it just had a different feel, and she got so crunk. You know, my mom's almost 60 years old, and it was just to bring that crunkness out of her, you know. Yeah. And we're gonna do that one at the release, and she's been practicing on her moves. Oh. And it's just so much fun. I also have one called "Don't Give Up," featuring my pastor, Rogers Jacobs. I have a song that's produced by Roland Pollard, featuring my auntie, Marion Martin Burks. Mm-hmm. And it's called "It Takes God," you know, and it's just, I mean, I had a lot of family involvement in this album, people that are close to me. Of course, Sierra Moore is going to be on this album. She's on every album. But I mean, it's going to be a great one. I have a song on there. I don't know if people know, but my grandmother, she was hit by an 18-wheeler. She had a motor accident at the beginning of 2020, and we lost her. And it was a very difficult time for my family. It was right before the pandemic just really shut us down. Mm-hmm. And I'm grateful that, you know, she didn't have to experience all those things. You know, she was almost 80 years old. But I wrote a song for her called "Fly." And so that's featuring Sierra Moore and her brother, Mark Holmes. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh, wow, and we're going to minister that. And so I'm just really, really excited about this album.
This album do you think this is one of the best that you've done?
I believe this is my best album. Yeah. I do. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just like they say, every day with Jesus it gets sweeter and sweeter, you know, it's better and better. Yes. I just feel like every album is just gonna get better and better.
Well, we're gonna have a special release during the Prayze Factor Awards weekend. So our audiences are excited, and we're just excited. But we're coming out to the taping of it, and we are very excited for you. What we love about you that, you know, as a person who, you know, I know you haven't been out there long, but you've been out there long enough that, you know, you kind of follow directions. You you listen to wisdom. And that's a very difficult thing in this business sometimes for artists.
Yes, ma'am.
Because they've got everybody in their ears, and sometimes you don't know who to listen to, you know?
You're right. Mm-hmm. And I just always pray about that, even from the very beginning, because like I said, my mom has been in the business, and she was telling me, you know, you got to watch out for them snakes and alligators, you know? And so I've just always prayed for discernment. Mm-hmm. You know, I pray for God to lead me, and that's why I've been doing this now for about 7 years, and I've never signed with anybody. But when I met Pastor T and we started growing together, I knew it, that my spirit was settled with it, and I knew that this is what God had for me to be signed to TriSat Sounds Music Group. I'm so excited.
Amen.
I am.
Amen. We were excited for you when you signed, and you got to do a compilation CD where you got to pull together some of your folks and your friends. And it's been an exciting, 2-3 years?
Yes, ma'am. And the best is yet to come.
That's right.
I can't wait till we're sitting up in them Grammys together.
That is correct. It's so exciting. And although we're not going to be together this year, we're excited about everything that's going to be happening. You're also a presenter, right?
Yes, ma'am. I will be presenting for the Prayze Factor Awards this year. I believe in the categories of Musician of the Year and Quartet of the Year. I'm going to have the privilege and the honor of presenting those.
So let me ask you that. Speaking about quartets and just other genres of music, do you see yourself as a holy hip hop artist collaborating with different genres of music?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I do. I've actually written a song that I feel is quartet, has a quartet background to go around with my rap. So I haven't produced it yet, but I've written it. And so
you gotta find the right people. You gotta find the right one now.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And I know God always sends who he has in his timing. It's been so crazy. Sometimes I write a song and it doesn't go on an album till 2 or 3 years later,
That's right.
It's all about his timing. He just lines everything up so perfectly. But this will be my last album for a while. Pastor T, don't play that.
That's right. We got to work what we got. Okay.
That's right. That's right. I am learning the business.
Are you kind of ready to go hit the stage and go to different places and travel?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I actually just got back from Florida. And that was my first, since this pandemic has hit, that was my first engagement where I was actually flown out and able to minister out of state. And so I was invited by Beyond You Ministries. They had a family conference. And they invited me out there and we had a blast. We worshiped God. I even got a lot from it. And so I'm grateful and I am excited. I know we have to be cautious. I had on 2 masks on the plane. I had on a regular one, then I had on my N95, but yes, I am so excited about it. And I know that when God is ready, he's going to open up this place.
That's right.
And we're going to be going to take his word to the nations as he's already committed.
That's right. That's
but until then, these airwaves work just good. The airwaves work good enough.
They do. Tell folks where to find out more about you, where to find your music, and so they can keep up. So when the release of Flowing From My Heart comes out, they'll be right there ready to pick it up.
You can follow me at www.lyrik4god.org. That's lyricforgod.org. That's also my social media handles for any social media, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, no matter what you're following me on, you can follow me at LYRIK, 4GOD, Lyric for God. And that stands for Let Your Rap Increase Knowledge for God.
All right. One more question then. How has this experience changed you as a person? Are you like the same person just on 10 or did it change you some?
It changed me, of course, because it's like I've become a mini celebrity here. So now I have to try to go to Walmart after hours where everybody's not there, or I have to try to go to Brookshire's, go to a little smaller grocery store. So I already was kind of feeling that effect from being a teacher in the community where I live. And so, but once I started rapping and really becoming known, now I feel like that's one of the things like, oh, I can't go there because everybody gonna see me there. I have to make sure I beat my face. I have to be cute when I leave because everybody, I'm gonna see people, And so that I would say has changed my life a little bit, but I don't think I've had any major changes. I've always been bubbly and crazy and laughing, and I'm still the same me. I think it made my life easier as a teacher because all the students think, I'm the coolest person in the school. So I don't have like discipline problems and things like that because kids just want to be in my class. They want to be in there with the rapper.
So cool. So what do you teach? What do you teach?
I've taught ELAR, English Language Arts and Reading, for the past 10 years. But this year coming back, I am teaching Texas history.
Oh, wow.
7th grade Texas history. Yes, ma'am. It's not as demanding. Say that one more time.
That should be interesting.
Yes, ma'am. I took the position because it's not as demanding. It's not a state tested subject when English
Hmm.
and reading is. And so that puts a bigger demand on me. And since I'm moving forward in my music ministry, I didn't want to have that demand on me. And so
Yeah.
I'm teaching Texas history.
Lord, you're gonna have to make some raps for Texas history. This should be
Yes, ma'am.
interesting.
You know, there's already a lot of them on YouTube. So I just probably take a few of those and tweak it a little bit.
That's awesome. Lyric, thank you so much. Thank you for being who you are, who God made you, and just always blessing us, and for all those kids that you have blessed in life, and being their coach for 3 sports right now. Oh my God. I don't know how you do it, but I ask God's grace on you to be able to do anything. You can find Lyric at Lyric, the number 4 God, Lyric for God, and her website is lyricforgod.org. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
ma'am.
We'll see you at Praise
Thank you
Factor
so
season
much.
14.
God bless you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us here on Good News. And if you'd like to be a guest, you can reach out to me at Twanda Black at the PG Network, or Good News at the PG Network. Look, special edition season 14 is on the way. We will see you soon. God bless you.